Emiru. Emiru is not the type who constantly blasts your eardrums into another dimension. Most of the time, her voice sits comfortably in the normal conversation range. She tends to react with laughter, surprise, or excitement rather than pure screaming. During certain activities, her volume can jump suddenly, but it usually doesn't stay there for long. Compared to many living things, she's considered relatively calm. Her streams often feel more relaxed and cozy than chaotic. That doesn't mean she's quiet all the time. Unexpected moments can still produce a loud yell. However, those moments are exceptions rather than the rule. If streamers were ranked like household appliances, Emiru would be closer to a television than a lawnmower. Your neighbors probably wouldn't call the authorities because of an Emiru stream. Overall, she sits on the lower end of the loudness scale. Parasaurolophus. Parasaurolophus was a dinosaur famous for the long crest extending from its head. Scientists believe this crest may have helped produce deep resonant sounds. Computer simulations suggest the calls could have been low frequency and powerful. Unlike modern birds that often chirp at higher pitches, Parasaurolophus may have sounded more like a giant living brass instrument. Its calls likely helped with communication and social behavior. Large body size and specialized anatomy point toward impressive vocal capabilities. Imagine a foghorn that evolved legs and a tail. That might not be accurate, but it's probably closer than you'd think. Parasaurolophus was likely one of the louder dinosaurs of its time. Jinxie. Jinxie is what happens when excitement gains access to a microphone. His reactions often arrive at full volume with almost no warning. Whether he's winning, losing, or simply existing, the energy level remains high. His voice can jump from normal speech to explosive shouting in seconds. This unpredictability is part of what makes him popular. Viewers never know exactly when the next loud reaction will happen. Competitive games tend to amplify his volume even further. Unlike rage-focused creatures, Jinxie often sounds loud because he's excited rather than angry. The result is a constant stream of high-energy noise. Headphone users learn very quickly to respect the volume slider. If streamers were alarm clocks, Jinxie would be one designed by a caffeine company. He ranks among the louder living things. A falling tree. Damn, that's loud. IShowSpeed. IShowSpeed approaches volume the same way a rocket approaches fuel consumption. His reactions can escalate from 0 to maximum almost instantly. Loud screaming is one of the defining features of his content. Even routine moments can become unexpectedly chaotic. His audience often expects outrageous energy from the start. When something exciting happens, his voice can dominate the entire room. The combination of shouting, running around, and dramatic reactions creates a uniquely loud experience. Few creatures commit to intensity as consistently as he does. Watching at full volume can feel like participating in a natural disaster. His clips regularly feature moments that surprise even longtime viewers. If the internet had a loudness hall of fame, Speed would have a permanent exhibit. He sits extremely close to the top of the living thing volume rankings. Sperm whale. The sperm whale is one of the loudest animals ever discovered. It produces powerful clicking sounds used for communication and hunting. These clicks can exceed 200 decibels when measured near the source. That's significantly louder than a jet engine. A sperm whale's head contains specialized structures designed to generate these sounds. In terms of raw sound power, the sperm whale is an absolute monster. Tyler 1. Tyler 1 sounds like someone permanently involved in a heated argument with gravity itself. His voice is naturally powerful, even when speaking normally. When something goes wrong in a game, the volume increases dramatically. His legendary outbursts have become a major part of his identity. At peak rage, he can sound loud enough to wake people in nearby rooms. Unlike some creatures who only yell occasionally, Tyler 1's intensity is frequent and consistent. His microphone has survived situations that would qualify as workplace hazards. Viewers often expect screaming as part of the experience. Even his celebrations are delivered at maximum horsepower. If living things were engines, Tyler 1 would be a supercharged V8. His volume is not always the highest on the scale, but it is one of the most recognizable. Tyler 1 earns a very high score on the loudness chart. WhiteBellbird. The white-bellbird is often considered the loudest bird on Earth. Despite being relatively small, it produces calls reaching around 125 decibels. That's louder than many power tools. The bird's call resembles a sudden metallic blast. If birds had volume competitions, the white-bellbird would arrive carrying multiple trophies. For its size, it is astonishingly loud. Cenat. Cenat combines high energy, rapid reactions, and frequent excitement into one very loud package. His activities often feature moments of shouting, laughter, and celebration. The volume can rise quickly whenever something unexpected happens. Group gatherings make things even louder. Kai thrives in chaotic situations where everyone is talking at once. Unlike some creatures who maintain a steady volume, Kai tends to ride emotional highs and lows. This creates sudden spikes in loudness throughout a stream. Viewers rarely tune in expecting a quiet experience. If streamers were weather systems, Cenat would be classified as a Category 5 hurricane. He comfortably earns a place among the loudest living things on Earth.